Welcome back to OS Linux 1. So, in today's episode, I'm going to go over installing VMware on Parrot OS. I was curious about whether VMware would install on Parrot OS, but I'll show you that I do in fact have it on here. I installed Metasploitable 2 for a lab setup, but I'm not finished with that. I just wanted to show you that it is able to be installed on Parrot OS, and I'm going to try to remember how I installed it. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, I want to show you that I do in fact have the Intel drivers installed. This is on the bare metal, so obviously I'm using Kazam screen recording with a mic, so it's showing up here. I've installed this firmware. And let's go to control panel or control center. It'll say like dummy output instead of like Alder Lake with this one, laptop input. It also recognizes my microphone. Let's see. Again, when you install Parrot on Intel, at least on the laptop that I have, it's a Lenovo ThinkPad T14 Gen 3. It does not recognize it. Gen 12th Gen i5 1235U Alder Lake. But anyways, so that's just to show you that it does in fact work. VMware is in fact installed on here. Let me see. Downloads. Where is... Okay, when you download it, this is how it shows up. Okay. You open the terminal, OS, it shows up here. But, let's see, was it sudo? And let's try here and see how this works. I believe you have to well, I believe you have to do like sudo chmod +x and then space and then the copy and paste this, and then let it do what it does, and then do sudo VMware bundle like this. But yeah, that'll install it. Should install it. There's a video on YouTube of a guy that you can barely hear him, and but it should show you how to do that and to fix that. But it will install, and it's operational and functional. I've only installed Metasploitable 2. I still have Ubuntu, pfSense, and Windows 11 to install and do that. I don't plan on doing that at this moment. I wanted to show you see, it should be on here. I don't know what it's listed under. I know it's on here. Linus. Yeah. This will allow for you to conduct a on Parrot. You know, you can install it on any Linux distribution. I've installed it on Ubuntu. But here's a list of the commands. It's like a searches for viruses and stuff. But you just the command audit system, and it'll perform a local security scan. Let's go ahead and maximize this. And then you can do like system remote, remote security scan, show all commands, show version, forensics. Okay, so let's just do sudo Linus audit system, and it'll run the scan. But yeah, this is like running an antivirus on Windows, like Norton or something like that. But ClamAV is another option. I don't know if ClamAV is installed on Parrot. I'm pretty sure it's installed on Kali. But by doing this, you can in fact check the system for any kind of vulnerabilities. I also installed chrootkit, and which also is it scans your computer for rootkits. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so let's just briefly scroll up here. Minus security scan details, hardening index 63, tests performed 266, plugins enabled 1, scanner, compliance status. So let's go back up to this right here is, let's go to CISO here, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, this is the company or whatever where Linus is from. Let me go ahead and just pull that up. How do you spell that? CISOFY. So if you want to learn more about it specifically, this is their website. It gives you more of a description. Looks like a graphical user interface here. Or maybe that's Linus Enterprise. Maybe what it is. But another One is RX Mall. That's how you spell it. Let's see here. RFX, here it is. This is for malware. I don't have this installed yet, but I plan on installing it. Just go back to their main website. But it says, welcome to RFX Network Projects. Here you will find a number of projects which have been developed to help make a system administrator's life a little more convenient. All projects are released under the GNU GPL version 2 license, and as such are free for use and redistribution in accordance with it. So, active projects, there's a list of them. And CH, okay, rootkit. This is also another, it checks system binaries for rootkit modifications. So let's go ahead and run that. Let you see what that looks like. Still have to do the malware scan, but let's open up another terminal here. It's relatively quick. Compared to the Linus. But just like it says, it checks the system binaries for malware or rootkits. So it went through all of this. Let's see. I recently installed Bloodhound, so that's showing up. So it's checking for a list of known rootkits. So network manager. Okay, so let's just clear this. But yeah, so I covered the firewall installation in Ubuntu before. Let's see what it's already installed on here. See, 22.401. This is installed by default on Parrot OS. Let's actually go to Control Center, and it shows up right here in our internet. So, I just recently installed this on here, but it's basically the same as the one on Ubuntu that I showed before. I haven't configured or anything. Actually, I'm not even want to keep it on for right now till I'm finished doing some things. I just set this up as a part of a lab. Actually, I just wanted to install on this drive specifically. I was having troubles with the BIOS settings in my AMD chipset. I have yet to find out what what the issue is, but it's not recognizing NVMEs. It did at first, but then something happened, so I don't know. But anyways, and I wanted to see if VMware would install on here. But it's a little different than with Ubuntu. But again, there's a video on YouTube that'll show you how to do that. That's how I figured it out. I try to figure it out on my own. Sometimes I'm able to, sometimes, and sometimes I just personally, I don't always want to spend all the time trying to figure some things out on my own, because I have other things I plan to do, and it's just a quicker, straightforward way of installing it. Because this weekend I plan on setting up and configuring a firewall and setting up some virtual machines for virtual lab exercises and pen testing, which I've already kind of themed this one out as OS1H1 Archer penetration. But I will be likely starting a new channel titled it X1V Labs, where I will upload lab exercises and using various tools like Recon NG, for example, and then other tools like Nmap. So I have plans on using some of these tools in the future. What else was I know I was going to use Wireshark. But so there's several tools I plan to use later. I just want to make a quick video about installing VMware on Parrot OS, and the fact that I could verify that if you're having sound issues with Parrot, that you just need to install that SOF signed firmware in your Synaptic Package Manager. But so I'll get back to this later, and we'll set up some of these virtual machines and use the ISO file download from pfSense to set up a firewall and a virtual lab setup, and maybe we'll start doing some things, but it'll probably just be some videos on setting up a virtual lab. Maybe we'll do some reconnaissance, but and stuff like that. But that'll probably conclude it for this video, or this episode of OS1H1. And so just stay tuned, and we'll start seeing what all we can get done as far as setting up VMs and setting up a host system, and how to configure a firewall, and things like that. We'll need to set up different IP addresses for each virtual machine. And when you're setting up a lab, you want to make sure that you don't allow that lab setup to be you want it to be a controlled environment. You don't want it to get onto the public network for a number of reasons. But we got to set up a firewall to prevent it from, your reconnaissance and network scanning and things like that, and conducting privilege escalation, exercises, things of that nature. You want to make sure that it's contained, and hence the lab. So just stay tuned, and maybe we'll start going over some fundamental basics of how to do this and why we do this weekend. So I'll see you again here next time on OS Linux 1, and if you like the content, click the like, and subscribe if you want to see more of the content. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to do so, and I'll see you again here next time on OS Linux 1.